Um, okay. All right. Okay, is it rolling? Is it rolling here? Let's see. Oh my god, it's gonna be an ad and everything. Probably on my own stream. Okay. I think we're expecting 17 today, but
16, 17, yeah.
all right. Yeah, okay, it's working. Perfect. Okay, cool. Okay. Welcome everybody. What's going on? This is ARL realistic tier, round 1. Realistic performance cars around Australia. Yesterday we had our equal tier performance. Today we are vibing with a little bit more of a challenge for these guys. So let's look at the lineup since the new season, see what's going on. So in the Mercedes, Ryan, Fearsome Ryan, and who's in the other Mercedes seat who's not here right now?
TB, believe
TB.
so. Yeah, but I think he's having a few issues at the moment with his monitor. So he's not,
Lovely.
yeah,
Not ideal. Off to a
yeah.
bad start for them. So we got Fearsome Ryan, and in the Red Bull we got Slav, and the Schmooze Cruise, I think is how you're supposed to say that. You've got the in Ferrari, you got Tycho Path and Testarossa, McLaren, Riles, Matt, Alpine, Zagan Hammy. That's a good teammate combo there. AlphaTauri, Ouroboros, and nobody. Aston Martin, Finn, Kurt in the Williams, interesting. And we got Don't Blink in the Alpha and in Haas, Icy Rocks. That's really interesting. We got a pretty solid mix actually throughout the field. Let me see how it goes when we get started here. I don't know what we're waiting for at this point. Probably for a few people to join.
Yeah, some people
I'll
getting
be
invites.
updated. All right, all right. Whose house is this supposed to be? Oh, that's Hammy's. Got the Ferraris out
Yeah.
up front, of course. Okay. Um, Beautiful. Let me make sure that the bit rate is okay. Back.
Got 15 people in here. Thought we were expecting 16, but don't know
Yeah,
who
obviously
is
TV is
missing.
not racing, so no,
I
just
don't know.
heads up.
He's in the lobby right now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. I
Oh,
think one of the asses. Let me see. Want attendance. So today we should have Matt, TB, Flav, Testarossa, Ryan, Tycho, the Shrimazi, Euros GT, Rouse, Zig, Don't Link, Tectonic, Finn, Red 5, then Icy Rocks is here, and Kurt, the 16 here.
Beautiful. Okay, so we're getting started. Let's see what the weather's like. Yesterday we had rain, which kind of mixed things up a little bit in the race. But we'll see how it goes. It's going to be an interesting one. I think there's a good mix throughout the field now. We got in the Red Bull and Ferrari and the Mercedes are some pretty quick drivers, particularly Fearsome Ryan, TB, very strong lineup there in the Mercedes. We have Slav. Who was the other Red Bull? I'm blanking. Testarossa?
No, Testarossa
No,
is
these are Ferrari.
the Ferrari, yeah. Few people hoping it rains again for tonight. Since yesterday's showdown was pretty interesting. So,
Schmooze Cruise.
Yeah, Schmooze Cruise is the other Red Bull.
Ferrari as well. Tycho, very strong pace this season. Testarossa will be there alongside, I'm sure.
Yeah. Few people here in their lower cars, I think, have got decent pace to challenge. Especially because realistic, you do have those disadvantages, but I think it'll be pretty interesting to see everyone's pace.
Yeah.
Since it's a different car.
The full track map going here. Lap data in the top right.
Already going out, it seems.
Okay. We got Fearsome Ryan's already out there. We've got a McLaren already out there.
Yep.
Interestingly, we have Kurt in the Williams, and he's very, very quick. So we'll see. Keep an eye on him, because I'm sure he will be up amongst the field there.
Yeah. McLaren seems to be going first for the first fully laps here.
Stay due. So we've got keep that off for now. At Matt BR Racing, we're watching here. It's the first one out. First one's going to cross the line in the McLaren. It's pretty tricky track. You don't to hook together, especially in the middle sector there. The final sector here is actually fairly difficult to get right as well. We saw yesterday in qualifying a few drivers put in for really good laps. I think the benchmark was a 17.5, which was a fairly good lap. We'll watch on board here. The lap of NBR Racing. Already got yellow flags. Turn one, sixth gear. Very smooth. Down into third or second. Or shifts to fourth. Ooh, a little bit of snap there on the turn. Got a little out of shape. A little lift going into that corner there. On the dip, right back on the throttle, on the floor. Very much speed and through there. So now this section's now flat this year, which is kind of nice. Make his way to one of the trickier corners on the track, especially on the exit. So we want to keep this clean. Down to sixth gear, keep it pinned. No curb. We got pretty smooth. A little bit of grass on the outside there. Third sector, second gear, fairly low gear actually. Second back. Five, keep it pinned. Another tricky corner on this game. We're braking. Up the fourth gear right away, get the power down. Up to the line and see what the benchmark is for these guys. 19.7. Slav immediately beats that with a 17.5.
Destroys that time by
his pace from yesterday.
2.2 seconds. Pretty impressive there. So the difference of realistic.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Fearsome Ryan goes about 7
Kurt in the Williams actually beats the McLaren's time as well. Goes 1 second faster.
Wow.
So that's
Yeah,
pretty impressive.
it's a testament to his pace. Yeah,
for that car.
for sure. Definitely a testament to his pace there. We've got a number of times coming in now that Ferrari and Testarossa is definitely not representatives. Savage Hamlin 20.8, previous season's champion. We're in realistic tier. Although now this is his first experience on a wheel from pad to wheel, so we'll cut him some slack in terms of the pace deficit he has compared to last year. But who else is coming out now? We've got these guys finishing a lap, starting one. The other Red Bull on a lap.
And to come to the finish start line into the turn one. Some people taking more commitment through the curves and
oh, there's TV on the side of the road
retires, the Haas crashes into the wall, loses his wing, coming out of turn
two. You can see him on the onboard of Zig here on the side of the wall. Looks like he just lost it. Here he is. The outside of the corner there. He just lost the rear end, probably on the curb. TB's out of the session. That's fairly huge actually in the Mercedes, because he's down in 10th now. He's going to have a recovery dread ahead of him. So what do we got now? Slav goes.
Red Bull goes
Slav's already
into
passed.
third.
It's the Red Bull, third place. What else we got on the lap here? Got a Ferrari behind. He's pitting. Testarossa on a lap. He's not on a lap right now. Rocks not on a lap.
Alfa Romeo seems to be. He's out lap.
I see Rocks looks like he's missing a wing, so that's definitely
he crashed into second corner exit, got on the curb, and just lost the rear end, and his wing was completely gone. He tried to save it, but couldn't. Unfortunately, he'll have to go back to the pits.
Not ideal.
But the first benchmark is really good, 17.5.
That is a very good lap.
It's very good lap. Oh, and the Haas driver binged it into the pit wall, couldn't slow it down enough without the wing, and is now in the middle of the track with 3 wheels on.
See if he can catch it.
And he hasn't set a lap, so he will start from P15 for the race. As more people now getting into their outlap. So that is
there he is in the middle of the track and the exit in the final corner. That is unfortunate. Ferrari comes into the pits. Testarossa will want to do a better lap than that, kind of get closer to his teammate. And it looks like Tycho's back out on his out lap here.
Don't blink, going through sector 2 into sector 3.
Yes, he is. Don't blink. We'll use this. A bit less jarring. Going into the third sector here. See how he does. Got him the fifth gear. He's the pin. Very difficult braking zone if he doesn't get blocked by the Ferrari up ahead of him. Oh, and he's coming into the pits. Oh, it's an invalid lap.
Yeah.
Why? He does here. Took the 6th gear early on that corner, trying to get the traction power down early as possible for the straight. See where he goes here. Keeping up the speed through there, up in the 4th gear. Hangs it around the corner. 5th. The traction going. No lift there, just a short lift. The 2nd sector now. He kind of keeps that momentum up in the 6th early. Opposite system going on, trying to keep the traction as much as he can. Put the power down as early as he can. Going through the straight now. No blocks from that car. That's nicely done. One of the trickier corners. See how he angles through here. Just keeps it within track limits. Fairly smooth exit. Nicely done. To the 3rd sector now. It's looking like a pretty solid lap now.
Yeah.
Down the 5th. Pin it up to 6th. So that Ferrari just slows down so nicely through the penultimate corner and through the final corner. A little bit of a moment under exit. See what he can do here. It's going to be slower than pole. He's
Just
a
up to
tenth and a
third.
half up on his previous time, but still not faster than Pearson Ryan, who's finishing his lap.
Yeah.
He's a little bit quicker than his previous best.
Williams having a bit of momentum in the last corner, but it was in the track. I don't think he has any damage.
Very nice, and Pearson Ryan does an 18.0. So he's within half a second of his lap now. Still lots of work to be done there.
McLaren gains 5/10 from Matt. Puts him in 6th at the moment. Second Ferrari P12 doing another flying lap here. One.
Matt VR Racing going through quick left, right to end the second sector. See how he's doing. His time hitting the minute mark now into that corner. So I think he's carrying a little speed through there.
Yeah, I think he's going into the his DRS on or top lap mode. Yeah, he goes into the pits there.
Correct.
Even though the pit entry is
now.
a bit tough nowadays, it's more tighter than it used to be, and it catches some people out.
Yeah.
Second
We got
Ferrari
Testarossa here.
finishing the lap. Ooh, goes wide, but no invalidation.
No invalidation for that. It surprises me.
The game's
It's pretty
really
harsh.
happy with that. Going through the last
So here he
corner.
goes. Slav, wow, a 17.2.
Wow,
in the red
Slav
Bull.
is
extending his
absolutely
lead
killing
up
it,
there.
and P8
And
for the
Testarossa up
second
into P8.
Ferrari there, in between a McLaren sandwich. It's very close between
Yes,
Testarossa and the second McLaren of Riles. Just a
Very,
few
very
hundredths
close
of a second in between.
between them. Yeah, five.
With Don't
yeah, you
Blink
got
and
half a
Alfa
tenth.
Romeo hasn't set a lap yet after invalidating his first flyer. Goes into the straight and will be P8 ahead of Testarossa, just behind the McLaren of Matt.
Very interesting. And Zig looks to be on a lap here, but he has no ERS left. So this is clearly his second run, and now he's coming back into the pits. He's 4 seconds down already in his previous time. Zig will be coming in. Got the second Red Bull on his out lap, about to start his lap. See if he can put something together, get a little closer to his teammate. There's a whole over a second now between them.
Red
See if
Bull
he can
looking
put
very
something
strong
on.
here as a duo,
Yeah.
especially
Yes,
Slav
yes, they
carrying
are.
that team forward. He's not really being
Slav.
challenged at the moment, but you know, a flying lap can change with the grip changing overall. And we finally, well, the last 5-6 minutes of the session here, everyone's starting to get on that last set of tires for one last go. And Ryan's
we
getting
go,
out.
so-
Kurt.
Nice lap together here so far. Entering the second sector, like he's stopping out at here. They would call them equal cars, I believe. You get 315 to 16 on this straight, real hot. So high downforce setup, Red Bull. The third sector now. See if he can get ahead into the first row. No downshift there.
No invalidation.
Nicely gets a
Oh.
nice hit. So there's feature there. I don't know if that was really a block. So
He did carry that last corner.
and there he goes up
Oh,
into the
he-
first
he-
row. The
Almost
17.8. So the Red Bull's clearly the car to beat here.
Yeah,
Red Bull clearly
very happy.
very strong at this track.
Better car
I
here.
expected the Ferrari to be strong here as well.
Yeah.
They are close. I'm sure Tycho has some time in him. I believe Pearson Ryan should start his lap as well. Ooh, big moment on the end. Keeps it together. Let's see how he does here. So he's going down. Keeps it in third gear. No short shift for him. Red Bull
Red
spun,
Bull
Slav
spun,
spun at the
yeah.
exit of turn 1 there.
On his outlap.
But,
Cold tires.
yeah, it's really tough in this game that the blankets are limiting you to 70 degrees. But, especially on harder tires, it's very something you do have to consider.
Prix seems to be
Looks like he was just moving out of the way.
Yeah. Nick just waiting for the class of McLaren car.
So coming into the final corner here, getting the fourth, getting the power down as best you can.
McLaren
Straight to the line. Pearson Ryan up into second place, 17-8, just beats out the Red Bull. And he's up into the front row once more. Interesting battle we're going to have there between the Mercedes and that second Red Bull for sure. Kurt, of note, is still up in 5th place. He's still
in the
on the 3rd row in that Williams. So do not count him out. I'm sure he would like to make a mess of things in turn 1, kind of mix things up a little bit. And through comes, what is that, the Ferrari Testarossa? That is. Testarosa's on a lap here, entering the second sector now.
Starting his 3rd lap.
Surely we have to give it on for his and see just how he's doing it. Here, a lot of people in that corner, as you would expect from someone this far ahead. And so here we go. Stays in 4th, they're keeping the momentum high. This corner here. No left. Keep it tight as well, doesn't go up on that just a little bit down on his previous one.
Within
No, validated. No, he is validated.
Very on the track, it's the yellow line that actually counts rather than being the white line. So it can catch people out.
Interestingly, he's definitely running a different setup than his teammate, because he hit 314 kilometers an hour on that straight, where his teammate only hit 304. So he's certainly running a lower downforce setup, and that seems to be working out for him.
Yeah, I think he's
which
really
makes sense, because with that
straight.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, with the straight
straights.
getting so much longer this year, it makes sense to run a little less downforce. And I don't think there aren't that many high-speed corners in this track anymore. It's just that left-right at the end of the second sector.
This track is almost flat out sometimes. Through that second sector, it really becomes just a flat-out section. As we got Tycho starting another flying lap.
So is the Schmooze Cruise as well. He's coming into the 3rd corner here. Ford is a nice fight. Certainly less of a teammate there. From 5 keeps it tight though. Still running onto that curve. He's a 10th up previous time. No unlimited validation there. Still slower than his teammate, but faster than before. Only at 7th here on this corner, very wants to keep it pinned. Into sector 3 now, we're hitting the 1-minute mark. Nice momentum.
So, flag goes down. Oh
flag
no,
is down. Pearson Ryan
invalidating his last flyer, and he'll start from a 4.
The line, and he does get back up into the second row. He beats out the Mercedes and Pearson Ryan by quite a margin, 0.3 of a second.
Of Zig going up on his time, so he could get his car a bit higher than P8. Very close between him and Testarossa.
See how he does coming up into the final corner. Let's see what he does here. Koenigsegg looking to maximize, and he does. P6 for Koenigsegg. Great final lap there for him. He's right behind and right next to, I should say, Kurt on the 3rd row.
Up 7/10 of the time. 120.1 previous. Good hit within the top 10 here. The last few corner. Still not sure why DRS over 119. They won
Looks like he's P8.
P8, so pretty impressive from Euro GT to get his car into
Alright.
P within the top 10.
So it was a dominant performance by Slav there in qualifying, beating out his teammate by 0.3 of a second with a 1:17.2. We got the two Red Bulls on the front row, then behind them the Mercedes of Fearsome Ryan and Tycho Path complete out that second row. And Kurt up in the Williams in P5. Fantastic qualifying from him. And right next to him, Koenigsegg, the third row. McLaren of Matt and the AlphaTauri of Ouroboros. And that fourth row, Testarossa, Blink, Riles, Hemi, Finn, and TB in the Mercedes. And we're missing one more driver, and that would be Icy Rocks in the Haas, who did not complete a lap. So we've got a little bit of mixing up to do here.
So that second Mercedes
pretty interesting.
set a 125. Don't think he really had the qualifying there.
If there's anybody to keep your eye on, I think it's going to be TB as he makes his way through the field.
Yeah,
I want to see how Kurt fares in the Williams over a race distance, because that car will definitely be worse on the tires than the rest of them.
Yeah.
So we'll see how he fares, and if he can make up, be opportunistic, make up some places at the start. We got a dry race, nice and sunny. Doesn't look too
I think it's going to be raining at all here at Australia.
We'll have to see how it goes here. I'm waiting for everybody to put their setups on, get ready. What's your prediction? Who do you think is going to take this one?
Ooh. Slav had an immense qualifying there. He just every lap gaining and gaining more time. I think the Red Bulls are probably going to dominate here. If they get a 1-2, I think that is a great team result for them. They have brought the pace straight into this qualifying and probably into the race. I think Ryan could mix the party here. He can challenge them and try and bring his teammate who's starting from back of the grid into that fight. If he does an alternative strategy, I think he can bring it in, especially with a safety car, probably mid-race. Will be very interesting.
Yeah, for sure. I think, it'd be silly not to put your money on Slav at this point in the game, but obviously anything can happen. In yesterday's race, both Slav and Kurt had, their issues. They had great pace, but they ended up
having a few issues, troubles.
Having a few issues, right? So it's not always...
not plain sailing all the time.
We'll see, exactly. So, and Tycho Path as well, don't count him out in that Ferrari.
Yeah,
that
I think the Ferraris, both Ferraris have good pace there. I think they just need to get it absolutely perfect on the race, and then they could get a podium, if not the win. But challenging those Red Bulls are going to be a tough start.
The formation lap gets underway, and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle.
I'm listening to the broadcast version of the formation match there. Here we go.
Soft tires for Tycho Path in fourth place. We've got... seen this.
So as all the cars reform the grid, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring the planned strategies
the Mercedes
are all in
and the
place.
Team TV will be starting with the hard compound tyres, so going for a longer stint, which will be very interesting. Because then the late safety car could mean
it looks like we're getting a red flag and having to restart the session here because we have
issues.
This definitely broke. This definitely broke. It just skipped the formation lap, and these are probably AIs driving now.
We'll see what's going to happen.
I'm not sure what's going on. I don't think this is the race.
Yeah, this is a bit lagged at the moment.
Red flag.
Yeah, red flag.
Yes. So this is all for nothing. We definitely have some AIs driving here. But Tycho
Path was actually sent into the first one there. But yeah, red flag.
Yes, he did. I'm told we have a red flag.
Yeah, red flag.
We'll keep an eye on this while it goes.
Yeah, I don't know if that's on the score this or it's just one person, everyone else was racing. Ooh, Red Bull spin. A 3-second time penalty That turn 4 exit, it's very, very tricky there. And Slav also gets the penalty.
I am confused as to what is happening here. But,
it's not what I was expecting to hear.
yes, but, you know, we'll
It seems
keep it
not
going
to be a red flag. Oh, it is.
Okay, yeah, it is. Okay, so the race is in fact, this is all for show now. They're just putting a show on for the people that paid to be at the track this weekend. But I guess a nice practice start for them. I'm sure Tycho's happy with that on the soft tire.
Yeah. Okay, that's going to be very interesting because now a second restart could mean that people will look at their strategies and think, well, that person's on this, I'll go to another bit. And many people started on the mediums, but it was all mixed. And not everyone was starting around them.
As far as I understand, the medium to hard strategy is the optimal strategy.
Yeah.
That being said, if you can, if you're someone like Tycho though who wants to take advantage of, you know, maybe a good grid position and try to upset the order a little bit and see what happens, then starting on the soft tire makes complete sense. And it also helps if there's an early safety car, which is never out of question. So let's see what's going on here. So looks like the race has stopped. Yes. Okay. So.
Lobby.
These cars are
it is
driving
a pretty
around.
Common thing. F1 lobbies just decide to not work.
Especially
properly.
in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, a lot of issues. And then randomly in mid-season, the game will be very good. And then as we move on to the next game, the game also has a few issues on multiplayer. And it's always mixed up. Psychopath setting a 1.21. Yaris enabled that.
So
Looking for the new lobby.
all right. We'll just look at some nice cars here.
The problem was the formation lap seems to have lagged.
I see that the formation lap, the formation lap was set to immersive in the settings, but it turned out that it was actually
some reason it was on broadcast.
It set it to broadcast mode. Yeah, exactly. That would be why Crofty decided
straight up we saw
to join us.
Go out, and then they've already got to the final corner, which is pretty not normal.
There we go.
That we will move on. This.
All right.
New lobby.
We are back. We are back. I'm gonna wait for everyone to get back in here. Tycho's kind of complaining, a little sad that he wasn't able to.
I don't think everyone saw it straight away. The red flag, and then.
Yeah.
Hopefully no issues for the second run.
All right. Do you think if you think that we're going to see, now after seeing how good Tycho's start was, you think other people are going to maybe opt for the soft tire and try to cover that off and
maybe
try to get a good start?
Different strategies, different approaches to how people want to manage their race, the tire wear. Really is how many places do you want to gain? Who's your rival? Who you want to get ahead of into turn 1? It can be a mix-up. Most likely we'll see a 1-stop. Maybe an aggressive strategy will be the 2-stop, where doing probably soft, medium, or medium in between the softs. But it'll be pretty interesting, because remembering that on the hard tires, when you come out of the pits during the race, it'll be hard that first lap to get the tires to warm up remembering the new regulations. But I think it's going to be mostly a one-stop, medium to hard. If a safety car comes in very last laps, maybe the sprint with the soft runners at the back, challenging for the old tires at the front. They'll be pretty interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So who are we missing here? We've got both Mercedes, both Red Bulls, both Ferraris. We're missing Matt from McLaren. I see Rox is missing. Kurt's back in the Williams. We're missing an Aston Martin. Flynn. We're missing Ouroboros in the AlphaTauri. Zig in the Alpine. We're missing just a few drivers now. And Matt in the McLaren is complaining because he got a great start as well, and he's wondering why we had to restart.
Yeah. Not everyone saw that restart straight away. Absolutely just sent it into turn one. And the confusion in between this has caused a lot of mixed emotions here. But this will be the real start now, if no issues. 29 laps around the Australia GP, renovated since last year. The first time we're visiting it as of 2022. It'll be interesting.
All right, who are we missing still? Okay.
Still missing 4 drivers here.
All right. Got our pole sitter. We've got the Mercedes, Ferrari. We've got someone else just joined.
Oh, we've got them 4 remaining drivers here: Matt, Finn, Zig, and yours.
There they are.
Yep. I think we're missing the Haas driver here. Haas driver still the join.
I see Rox. Yes, he's not here.
I don't think he's noticed. I don't think he's really noticed what happened. I'm not sure. Maybe still back in the old lobby.
Leading the race now.
A bunch of AI, maybe.
Yeah. All right.
So interesting is the weather hasn't been set to clear dry as our regulations of the league. So
actually,
randomly it could just be that it rained and then everyone's just like, okay, red flag. We need this weather to change.
If it's wet, it's wet. I guess you know. That was in another multiverse, that race. Another universe.
Actually, let's talk about yesterday's race since it was such a showdown. What did you think of it?
Yesterday's race in the rain?
Yeah.
Yesterday's race was interesting. 3 safety cars throughout the race.
Yeah.
I think we started with 18 drivers and ended with 10. So, it definitely caught a lot of people out. The grip on this game is difficult to begin with in the dry. So in the wet, it was difficult for a lot of them. But it was good. It was a lot of fighting at the front, a lot of fighting in the midfield as well. I think there was a lot of position changes. So it was a good race, and I think it started the equal season off fairly well.
Yeah.
But Yeah, so I'm excited to see how this goes because obviously without equal cars, things kind of mix up even more.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see if it will actually the game proceeds to go to wet race. Because then it really just shows the difference in cars and also people's driving and the setups. Because realistic is more about, it's more about car, even though you do see when it's teammate battles, you do see who's much faster, who's got more commitment. In an equal setting, it will be who has a better setup and who's the the best driver out of all of them.
Right. Yeah.
And there's not
Yeah,
much
you're
of a
definitely
teammate
right.
battle, is more of a who's have that actual pace straight away. But
Yeah, the equal is
even
more
on
about the
realistic will be
driver.
very interesting.
But in realistic, you're right. I mean, the setup isn't necessarily universal.
Yeah,
A lot of these cars will behave differently under the same
yeah,
setup. So, and so some cars require more downforce, less downforce, and such. So it isn't. It does play into the that skill as well.
yeah.
You're definitely correct there.
Strange enough is I do believe this is a very good Ferrari circuit here because Australia got some fast,
Yeah.
decent, fast corners. Really, the Ferraris are in this. Well, for this year, Ferrari have the better cornering speed really out of a lot. But then we do have the Red Bull who have the top speed on the straights. So it's really finding a balance between those two cars. Even though it does feel like the Ferrari is a bit out of pace compared more to how the Mercedes was faring against the Red Bull. But as a race, everything can change here. It'll be very interesting.
Yeah, you're definitely right.
But I do predict Kurt
Okay,
in the
Zig needs to
Williams to
pick his
get
car.
some points here. He's showing definitely good pace on a much slower car. I think he's got the slowest car in here, if not the Alfa Romeo, but most likely the Williams at the back as we're getting the ready up. We'll be starting the session soon.
Okay, there we go. They're all reading up now,
Yeah.
and we are ready to go underway.
Hopefully,
Just a
no more
reminder
red
of the
flags.
grid. Okay, here we go. What is the grid? So, again, the two Red Bulls are on the front row, Slav and Schmries. And we got the Mercedes of Ryan, Fearsome Ryan W. in the starting the second row, fourth place, Tycho. Then we have Kurt in the Williams, Zig, Matt, Ouroboros, Testarossa, Don't Blink, Riles, Hammy, Finn, TB, the Mercedes at the back of the grid, and then Icy Rocks rounds it off in the Haas. All right.
Very unfortunate qualifying there for the Haas. Had to sit out most of the session due to that first invalidation, lost his wing as of the exit of turn 2, and then couldn't get into the pits, hit the wall, and unfortunate was out, so couldn't set a lap. But his paces at the moment is very unknown. We could see that he could be challenging and charging through the field, minding that alongside will be the Mercedes of TB.
Yeah, I'm sure TB will want to dispose of that Haas fairly quickly.
Really.
He'll want to make sure. Exactly, yeah. And the Haas might just say, well, okay, well, TB can do all the aggressive stuff because he's in that Mercedes, and I'll just kind of slot myself in and kind of take opportunities as they come, which is probably the best way to do that. The Haas is likely one of the slowest. I think it's fairly comparable to the Williams, but in the other Williams is in fifth place. It's also I think the Aston Martin is technically slower than it on this game, so he'll have Finn. I think he's racing with today. Don't Blink and Finn are his two biggest rivals today.
Yeah.
But we'll see how this goes. Looks like we should be ready to go. I've been told the grid has been set properly, so
we'll see.
And they are setting the weather to dry.
Yeah. So, as of league regulations, we'll be starting with that weather.
Yep.
No rain will be expected for this race. as we're waiting
Which
to
makes
go
sense.
into the
It's
lobby.
part of the rules of the league.
Yeah.
You are correct. If the race is stopped, then the weather stays as it was previously.
All the settings are done. So we'll just be waiting for people to ready up. We'll need one more person to ready up.
And there we go.
And there we go.
30 seconds.
30 seconds timer to go.
Okay.
We'll start readying up.
We're back. We're ready to go. Here we go. Okay. And so we're starting once again. Let's see how this goes. Okay, hopefully this one does not glitch out on us. You know, it's a new game. Give it some slack, I guess. Although for the money that we all pay for it,
yeah.
guess you'd hope that it works.
Yeah.
But you know, EA, what can we say? So we've got Kurt, Savage, Hammy, Slav, Icy Rocks, Matt, Finn. I'll still
gonna be a
those
very
are the guys that are
interesting
clearly
start
not
here.
on the new gen consoles. Yeah, it definitely will be.
That
So
1-2 lockout.
will we see
from
more
Red
drivers go into the soft tire? I think we will. I think we're
maybe
going to see
yes,
some more guys
if
going
they-
to the soft. Especially if
do
you're towards the
think
back.
That is going to be. I think really you're expecting always a safety car in a league race. I think that's always the case. So I think the hard tires are just not really going to be used. But most likely TB on the say will be using the hard tires, or at least the mediums. Will be looking to do a long stint and then having a better stint at
The fuck?
what's happened.
Sorry. Wow, my whole screen is going wacko here. Is it looking
Oh,
good
no.
on the stream? No, it isn't. Okay. Oh, it's fixed. Okay, very cool.
Looks on back to again. So hopefully the formation lap is on again. I'm looking at the pit entry again. It's very interesting.
Yes. Staring at the pits once more. Okay,
Yes.
here we go.
Hopefully
So-
everyone puts their setup back on. Yeah, as
Yes,
it's
I
tricky to
reminded
click
them.
the wrong button and not put your setup, as we had to restart the lobby. And it's going to be very interesting.
Okay, yeah.
Because it'll be a
So-
painful 29 laps if you don't have a setup here.
If you don't, yes.
Oh no.
Yes. Okay, looks like we're good. It's about to start.
But
Timer's
start
over.
the formation lap.
There we go.
And here we go. 15.
Okay, and the formation lap is
Cars.
correct this time.
As Slav
So-
leads us into turn 1.
Let's look at the tires. It's pretty much the same actually. Icy Rocks is gone. He's disconnected. Trying to give him an invite. You have him on your differences?
Who's just disconnected?
Icy Rocks, the
Oh yeah.
I think you can just scroll over his name. Slav, we have in P1. Of course, he's on the medium tire, so everyone's on the mediums except for Tycho Path. Matt on the McLaren in 7th, and Savage Hemi on the Alpine in 12th place. So definitely keep an eye out for these guys as they start. Predicted pit stop, 1 stop, medium to hard, around lap 13 to 17. 2 stop. I don't think it's a 2 stop for the soft tire. I think you can do soft to hard pretty easily. The hards last the whole race very easily. I think even the mediums could. But of course you have to switch tires on 2 different compounds. So for the medium tire runners, they need to go in the hard. It doesn't make sense for them to go to the end and then switch to softs on the medium. It's probably a little bit too much time, but so they're going to be pitting a little bit before they have to on those tires, while the soft runners will be taking the most out of those tires and going onto the hard tire and just using that for the rest of the race. So it's not cut and dry. It's not a cut and dry strategy. And those soft runners will be, again, looking to be opportunistic when they start, and also if there's an early safety car, you know, that plays into their hands very, very well. So let's see. So they're coming around. They're finally onto the grass. That's not going to be nice for the start for his tires.
We'll probably help out with
landing over the grid.
But
Yes.
you do for the lead game now. You want to try to hit about 94 degrees to get close to best traction out of the grid slot. But we'll see how it is different compound and
They're lined up. It doesn't look like you got a perfect optimal parking job. Someone
spun at the
spins.
back.
That's Finn in the Aston Martin. Spun.
Yeah.
No harm done.
A bit too cold tyres here, as we see 60 degrees on the front tyres and just about 80 at the back. So pretty interesting here. Light. Away we go.
Here we go, lights out on a realistic season for ARL. I don't like this camera angle. There we go. Tycho, fantastic start. Gets up into P1 right from 4th place. Same with Matt VR Racing. He's up.
Yellow flags already.
Yellows already. Looks like someone's had an off in the back. Tycho's defending from both Red Bulls into turn 3. The Red Bulls are side by side now. Slav trying to maintain position on his teammate. Gets a little moment on the exit, and he's now down into
already
place
down
from pole position.
Yeah.
So
Tycho says the reverse. He went from 4th to 3rd
yes.
in the very first corner, and he's running away with it, and that's what he wanted. He wanted to use the soft tires, get in front, so they don't get damaged from dead air, and trying to push to get in front of someone.
Matt trying to make a move on the Red Bulls.
Bit of a standard here for Red Bulls and McLaren in the middle, looking very good, touching his wing on that gearbox of the McLaren.
You also have noticed is Ryan there, who's now under pressure from the Williams behind him, who also lost a few places in the start. So did the Williams. We've got the Ferrari Testarossa making up a few places. Finn up into 8th place, up 5 positions.
The
Big
McLaren
winner.
already in the pit. Maybe they damaged the wing.
Damaged front wings, changing the wing on that car. So clearly he was involved in some kind of incident there.
Who spun, I believe, in the first corner, in the first lap. He's down to P14, but he's just behind that half. With the front goes to hard tires, there's a long stint, maybe waiting for safety car to get switched off.
You are correct. And look at this, stopped right on the gearbox of that McLaren. Not using any overtake though. Here's McLaren, but look at the difference in the rest there. He's got so much more batteries coming. Doesn't make a move. Has a look though. Now he's going to want a good exit. Using that overtake now.
Around the outside, a bit of land there. Great. Around the
outside on the corner. Does he make it stick? He's going to have to use this. Get a good review from Youngworth here. And it looks like the McLaren actually keeps that position.
Mercedes defending from this as well.
Yeah, he's going to want to take the opportunity here. Again, he's going to want the DRS is enabled this lap. It's not going to happen on the straight out zone. He gets way better line through there.
And now the Mercedes who overtakes in one.
Mercedes, look at that! Double overtake for Ryan. He's going to go on the inside of the medium tire.
And now 5-second penalty for Hammy for speeding in the pit lane there.
Oh, that is unfortunate. He must have had some kind of damage as the Mercedes still running up the outside.
Ooh, a lot of commitment in both drivers.
Place.
But it's not Slav, he's going back at the McLaren. He's not done yet. And the Williams is there.
Look at this, we've got 5 cars with the Ferrari right at the back there.
Has this allowed the Red Bull and the Ferrari at the front to lead the way?
Oh, and that McLaren is getting a little bit more. There's no ERS left. Look at that. He's got the DRS.
Wow, he's draining it. So he's definitely got more down than others. And the Williams has gone through. Testarossa goes through the McLaren.
Oh, and a spin for Zig behind there.
Oh, and there's
side by side is the Ferrari. McLaren, Zig has spun behind them. Ferrari. Oh, and a little bit of contact.
Issue here with Son and Zig, and I believe the Ash.
Yeah.
Oh, McLaren had an issue.
McLaren. Yeah. He just made contact with the Ferrari and he spun. So that is unfortunate for him. But now we've still got this battle up front. Because we've got the Mercedes under pressure from the Ferrari. He's made a double overtake up into third place. He's got quite a gap now to the leaders, the front two, who are remaining fairly close to each other. But Slav's really trying to put pressure on him here. Kurt, also of note, is right behind him.
Kurt is having an absolute start here. Remembering he is in a Williams, a much slower car than these two. We're talking about the top three against probably the last worst car, really. And he's still keeping up. He's within the DRS. The yellow flag. And it looks like the McLaren forced the barrier, but he's no damage. But he's definitely having issues here. Out of turn 6, into 7 and 8.
This Red Bull and Mercedes are still battling, and Slav actually gets past.
TB on the hard tires, already up to P9, fighting Don't Blink and Finn. He's looking to pounce with some DRS and ERS on the main straight.
Interesting. So did he start on these tires, or did he pit? He did start on these tires. So TB. So as you can see in these position changes, we have a few very big winners, such as Testarossa, Finn, Tycho Path, TB have all made up quite a number of places, and a lot of big losers from that start. And we've got the Finn making a move on the Alfa Romeo there, down the inside in the following corner. He's got that position done and dusted. The Mercedes trying to
Mercedes might be struggling to get out of DRS race from the Williams, but the Williams has absolutely no battery left here, so he's definitely pushing it all the way into turn 6.
We've got quite a battle between TB, Finn, and Don't Blink here. They go into fast left right. The Mercedes gets past the Alfa Romeo, and then now he's got under DRS going behind the Aston Martin. Gonna want to make this move. Down the inside he goes.
Breaking later, but
we make it stick.
Very late.
Finn, nice and confident on the outside there on the softer tires than TB. TB sticks it on the inside, and it looks like he just has just enough momentum to keep this. Bit of a compromised line.
Now he's trying to catch up to his teammate. Will there be team orders here?
And Slav's actually passed. So now he's definitely opened up now, and he's going to want to pass his teammate, I'm sure. Go back to this here.
He ties the
Alfa Romeo very late, kind of braking a little bit too late there, and he's got passed by Ouroboros in the AlphaTauri. That's a big mistake for him there. We've got yellow flags. Is that
McLaren? He's not having a great race now. He's had a spin, came into the pits, but not having good luck on the side today.
Has been passed by Kurt. So he's actually, his tires are clearly going.
Mistake. And he did start to lead away from both Red Bull. Massive P3 fight.
And don't forget he's on the soft tires.
So they'll degrade very fast TB into P8.
He's probably right at the life of his tires. TB's really looking for a move on Finn.
He'll be waiting for the DRS on the main straight. Finn makes a bit of a deep dive in that corner.
Finn's got a compromised line for sure. Under DRS, there's surely
I think there wouldn't be any point really waiting DRS on that. As TB will not have the DRS to move away from Finn. He's now having pressure from the AlphaTauri. He could go for a run here. He does. He goes on the inside, but he's back out.
Wow.
So keeping it very respectful here around the streets of Australia.
Kurt, who is out of DRS or ERS, because you can see those lights in his car,
but
he's still
within
fighting for his life.
And that Mercedes still has about 30%, 40% of the ERS. So it's pretty interesting.
It looks to me as if Kurt he's just being pulled along here by the Mercedes under DRS, just enough to keep him in contention. Psychopath is there behind him in 5th place.
With Testarossa.
But yeah, this is
a few places here. DB up to P7 now again, trying to close up his teammate. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. As I thought it would happen, Red Bulls would probably run away a bit, dominate a bit of the field, with Ryan within a bit of a lead with both cars. He's pulling that Williams into the contention, which is pretty interesting. Will Kurt get a podium here in the Williams?
Interestingly, the leader, Schmies, is already without a pit stop ahead of 8th and 9th place.
Yeah.
So they're definitely running away with this, and of course the Finfield's been kind of caught up in a lot of battles here. But here they are now. Slav's getting pretty close to...
Oh, and the Aston Martin of Finn has no wing. Lap 8, he will have to box from the mediums, maybe into the hard compound tires here. Might have spun on
for sure. He lost a few positions there as well, so he definitely made some kind of
the AlphaTauri and the Mercedes of TB.
He's not
and
having best of times.
One of the
Schmier's the leader. He's spun on the last corner. Yes. He's down now into 5th place. He's been passed by Tycho Path and Ferrari. So that leaves Slav with... makes it easy for him because he's now got
and the Mercedes
clear air ahead of him.
Ryan
man, look at this.
Yes. It is have wing damage, but he is down to P5, so very interesting here. Within a few corners, a few spins, and Kurt in the Williams up to P2, chasing Prix that Red Bull, who is about to lap the first McLaren. That's not a very good day for the McLaren team overall. We didn't be points at the start, and now down to the last few positions. As Finn takes
Slav's in a very, very good position now.
Yeah. I think Slav
in this race because he's no longer. He's got a Williams behind him, 4 seconds behind, 5 seconds behind, and I just don't see the Williams being able to contend with the Red Bull for very long here.
I think the ERS management is key, especially here when it's realistic cars, because you do have that difference. I think Slav could just run away with it right now, especially the fastest last sector on that lap.
And Jamie and Matt both retiring from this race as we got a move from the Red Bull. Oh, and we got a full safety car. Did he get ahead of him in time? Or is he going to have to give that position back?
Yeah,
full safety car.
Savage Hammy in sector 1, so coming out of turn 5. Did he lose it on the curve here? Or not? That was pretty interesting. So now the Williams gets up to where Red Bull is. So at the start, it's going to be Slav 50.
Wow, the 3-second time penalty, that's pretty significant actually.
Yeah. It could change the result here at the moment.
Could. So who does this help? This obviously plays in the hands of Tycho Path very nicely because now he'll be able to get a free pit stop from his soft tires, go on to you could actually go on the medium tire. It would probably last most of the race. But we'll see what he decides to do.
Yeah. I think it's very unfortunate the safety. That was Finn and Icy Rocks. They had a bit of a contact there at the turn 1. I don't think they knew who was ahead. And now a bit of a lag.
Finn's got some, he's got a bit of connection issues. That's probably why.
I think he was ahead of turn 1, but then the game told him to give back his position as Slav goes to the pit. But not the Williams.
So is
Kurt. It is the Williams.
And the Red Bull, they're going
Red Bull's going to do something. Actually, Tycho is going to be helped out massively, but the Williams is really getting brought into the mix here. Remember, he has very low ERS, at least nothing there. Gets up to 100%, which could help him fight for the first few laps. Trying to battle Slav here. PB comes up to
that
P3.
little hold up, yeah, that little hold up for the Red Bull, and by extension for the Ferrari, let PB get sneak right on through. I mean, he didn't pit obviously. Yeah, those hard tires.
But another safety car could help him out here, depending if time's right.
So, what are we looking at now? Everybody is on the tire. We have Tycho Path in 4th place, back where he started. Slav back where he started. Kurt up to P2, right behind the Red Bull. He's going to be able to recharge his battery, which he's been expending quite a bit.
Not where he wants to be right now. After starting in P3,
6th place.
up to 6. After that spin, he's up to P5.
I'll tell you though, this has helped him, because after spinning he was quite a bit away from the leader, so this at least gives him another second chance.
The pack is now bunched up again, which helps, but that Williams, if he doesn't get ahead of the Red Bull straight away, he might, I think Slav will run away straight away. I think that will be it. I think
Kurt is going to really have to make an impression on the lead here if he wants to have any shot.
Connection issues here. Nothing too major. Everyone's trying to catch up to the safety car.
Yeah, so we got Koenigsegg in the Alpine. So everybody, it looks like almost everyone has benefited from this, except for the leaders who were especially Slav, was quite comfortable where he was.
I think Slav really just, the only thing is he still came out. If he wasn't for the safety car, I think if he hit there, maybe I think TB would have got ahead of him, or held him up, bring more people into contention. So at least coming up out of the safety car restarts in first won't be too bad, especially with that Williams. To make a gap for the rest of the field. I think TB's priority here is to get ahead of the Williams, get into some clean air, and trying to make a gap. Make the pit stop very soon, and most likely into the soft or medium, depending how long
he's probably
he
going
wants
to go. I would imagine now, because the safety car is probably going to have to go towards the end of the race and go into soft tires.
I think he will go around.
He'll need those gaps to be larger.
Remember, you want to create a bit of gap. Hitting right now would lose him time, wouldn't be able to gain that time. So it will just be a bit of a waste.
He's going to have to push it to the end of the race, I believe,
right now
for the soft tires. Safety car is coming in.
And Tycho for next podium position, with the second Red Bull and the Mercedes behind, trying to pounce on that. I think Pierce and Ryan could try and battle against the Red Bull, maybe get ahead and trying to pose a threat to that podium. As we go on to the last corner,
He's going.
Penalty. And and Williams a bit too close with the Mercedes.
Not a great restart for the Williams. It looks like he got caught sleeping there, and TB is going to want to have a look here. It's Tycho Path. Tycho Path goes a terrible exit for TB, and Tycho Path takes that opportunity right up into the podium positions.
TB goes to the
under pressure now.
Backs out a bit.
Backs out a bit, but now he might be.
Red Bull. Gets the position.
Red Bull's got the position. TB's having a nightmare of a restart. The 6th place path by his teammate as everyone
Mercedes getting penalties here now. Both of them within about 5 seconds got 2 second penalty added to their time. TB's race might be not going as smooth as possible now.
We've got AlphaTauri with the Ferraris here. He's going to want to make an impression on them if he can. He's got Mercedes of TB right in front of him. I wonder if he has damage because he's going quite slowly. And Testarossa drives down the inside of that fast corner, and now he's going to lose out in the exit.
Right tight there, and Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo, don't blink.
Getting into that trap, the Mercedes is ahead. This is absolutely amazing here. Everyone's just swaddling around for every single position they can fight for. As Kurt is kind of hanging on with that Red Bull at the front. Heiko is
outside of DRS, but he's
with the Red Bull.
Right, you know, the Red Bull is right on the back of that Ferrari. He's going to try to make a move, I'm sure, in this coming corner.
Very close.
He can do it.
He's going to go the second around the outside.
Around the outside, he's going to try it.
But he goes for
Tycho puts him right to the outside of the track.
Inside. Ooh, a big lead here for the young
Great defending from Tycho.
Very good. Very close to out here. 5 here. 6, 7 and 8. He's going to use DRS to get to straight away on the outside. With the wall. Down to standing in the wing. Goes around. Outside again to turn 10.
That Ferrari. We know this Red Bull.
No, he backs out.
Compromised Tycho's line though.
Yeah.
Better exit.
Oh!
What a snap.
And the mountain, the stage goes through.
Oh man.
Go through. Yeah.
That is fearsome. Ryan has got ahead of the Red Bull now. He's taken that opportunity. That's not that he had.
So the first top 3 are separated quite a bit.
2 seconds. Yeah. DRS is enabled.
DRS enabled now will be activated for sector 3. 2 points in sector 2.
Doesn't feel like
Pearson Ryan is going to try and get that DRS from Tycho to help him defend from that Red Bull charging him.
Ooh, big moment.
Yeah. He held it very nicely, stepped out of the loop, and he'll be just out of the DRS.
Pearson Ryan, he is right in the back. Not right in the back, but he's on the number second.
Testarossa here. Remembering TB has 14 laps on those hard compound tires, so not going to be too great coming into the last part of the race. Alpha Tauri goes towards the inside. Ferrari, but just backs out. No contact there. With the DRS being named, everyone's getting very close to each other.
We've got the AlphaTauri. We also got the Alpine right behind with DRS on the Alfa Romeo, who does not have DRS. They're going to make a move here. They're going to try outside. He does it. He makes the pass before the Apex through. Looking at P9, now chasing down the Alpha.
Slav's really cruising around him. He's having a comfortable gap to the Williams, good DRS management. The Williams again pushing his DRS management to see if he can get some DRS and stay within those 3 seconds because of that penalty Slav carries at the moment. So it's going to be very interesting how the race is going to finish here. Mercedes trying to get the DRS again at sector 3. Good enough. Pulling shot through the chicane. Low enough, but not going for it. Rather, the Ferrari's that kept it within the track.
Ferrari of Max Testarossa is right in the back of TV as well.
Mercedes getting a bit close again in that final 2 corners. Is the DRS enough to carry him?
Managing his DRS, both of them are managing their DRS fairly well here. Being smart about it, cutting the corner a little bit.
That's closer with DRS. for a gap to emerge from the mistake from that Ferrari. Taiko keeping it very clean as the Red Bull catches up again with the contention for P3 as Slav and Kurt do seem to have run away with it.
Quite run away, but they are definitely in a good position right now. I think Kurt is definitely benefiting from the fact that Taiko has to defend from the Mercedes here. You can see how close he is now.
Taiko doesn't have about 70%. But sure, the Williams is pushing.
Oh, and he tries to go for the gap on the inside. A little bit of contact between Fearsome Ryan and the Ferrari, and Taiko has actually, because of that, been passed by the Red Bull of Schmid.
Very close to the Red Bull.
Be looking, and he tapped the Mercedes.
He
tapped the Mercedes.
So this is a lot of damage in the Ferrari pit. He's got damage on the wing, so this is going to be very controversial here. The Mercedes gets punted, and unfortunate for the Ferrari, he had absolutely nothing to do with it, and just gets damaged. And luckily, he did manage to pit within time, but he's now demoted to P12 to go on the medium compound tires. Not confident yet to go on to stop. It looks like
very unfortunate for him. It looks like the Shari's kind of missed his braking zone, tapped the rear of Fearsome Ryan, sent him,
like
and Taiko was left to pick up the pieces.
They're all in a small pack. He just got too hot into the braking zone and did not expect that.
Next, Testarossa is still trying to make an impression on TB.
So the McLaren's actually gained here, to be honest. Since I think he put it on the first lap and put those hard tyres on him. That safety car really helped him to get back on the field. Now he's up to P10, at least grabbed 1 point out of this race. But that Aston Martin chasing. Good.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any damage on either of the two cars involved in that incident, the Mercedes or the Red Bull, so they both look to be okay. Yeah, we've got the Ferrari chasing.
I think the Ferrari, the way he hit Mercedes, got probably hit on the tyre maybe. The Mercedes was definitely sideways against the Ferrari.
For sure. We also got Zig. He's caught up to Ouroboros GT. He's already going to try to make a move soon, as I imagine.
Then 11 laps to the end. TB hasn't pitted yet. Still on the same compound tyres he started this race on. After the field
is stopped except for TB. And now, interestingly, Testarossa is actually out of PRS. You can see his lights flashing behind him.
It'll be very interesting now, since the Red Bull is now in clean air, trying to chase that second place. Kurt is definitely just a long way out of that first position. But I think he'll be very content with that either way. If Williams,
I think if Kurt can live with the podium in the Williams is certainly...
Even if he just gets stopped, I think he'll just be very happy. I think the Red Bulls here have an immense pace. I mean, fastest lap from Slav, a 1:21 flat start
from TB. TB is pitting now. He's pit onto the medium tire with 9 laps to go.
Going on those soft tires, but very interesting here.
So in he went. He's now going
to
come out ahead of Icy Rocks.
On the Haas, on the main straight, DRS, and he gets it done. Not much defending there, to be honest. I think the Haas was just happy to get it done with. And
it looks like the McLaren of GSR Riles is in a battle with Finn right now.
Yeah.
I believe GSR Riles just got
DRS. Quite too much he actually has that time penalty, so just be very pointless wasting time with that penalty.
You're correct, but they're going side by side now into this corner, and the Aston Martin actually makes the move. But now I don't know if he'll have DRS going into this
He
corner.
might not.
He does not.
The detection point
though.
being just before sector 3 starts. Yeah. So now, there's the usual pass by the Red Bull. Just within 1.5 now. Slav almost built an 8-second gap to the Williams. He's definitely just run away with it.
Yeah, he was definitely helped out by the fact that everyone else behind him was in a battle.
Yeah.
The one guy that didn't get in the battle wasn't a Williams, so
Yeah. But
definitely.
now he might be drawn into the battle because the Red Bull is looking to get within that one and put DRS in sector 3. And he's gonna get
like
it.
he's got it.
10 into the chicane of 10, 10 and 11.
I know that it is a Red Bull and a Williams, but this will be the most difficult Williams this Red Bull will ever have to pass.
Yeah, I think this is going to be very interesting. The Red Bull, you know, on realistic performance, you would say, yeah, we'll pass the Williams very quickly, but it's also driver related. Will the Williams defend? How will it perform under this pressure? Will he make a mistake? Will he lead in the final 8 lap to go?
He's gaining on him on that straight with DRS.
DRS here. Getting that exit out of it. Maybe he'll go for it.
Stick to the racing line.
Backs out, but he loses his pace. The gap is there, so maybe an opportunity for the Red Bull.
That's very, very smart position there with the Williams, trying to make sure get as wide as possible. Don't sacrifice your line because you know you have the outright traction to compete with the Red Bull. But look at that!
Wow,
Just
on
a
board with the
sheer
Red Bull going
straight
around
line
the
performance.
outside of turn 9 and 10. This is impressive, but now the Williams will have the DRS through.
The Red Bull didn't come back onto the racing line. He compromised his own line to defend the inside. And the Williams now will be
No, he will have to position back as the Alpha Tauri gets a 2-second penalty.
So if we look at penalties now, the Red Bull, both Red Bulls get part of the curve have 30-second penalties. If you can just stick in the DRS maybe of this Red Bull, just get pulled along for long enough, that you might be able to stay with the 30 seconds until the end of the race.
Yeah.
But 7 laps to do it, so it's going to be all over for him.
If he stays
Do it.
within that DRS, he'll get pulled along. And hopefully that fearsome Ryan doesn't catch up to him. He will get this podium position. But of course, fearsome Ryan in that Mercedes and different ERS management has actually the Mercedes has less ERS than the Williams. So the Williams definitely not pushing as hard.
Kurt
But
knows
he
that
is
this
out
fight
of
isn't
DRS.
really with the Red Bulls today, but if you could, you know, just be smart about it, don't get a penalty, keep your nose clean, you'll end up in a good position as GSR Rails rate.
So TB
Being
going
put under pressure from TB on the mediums.
McLaren. McLaren
Fresh
and
mediums
Aston.
now.
He's got much more grip. As the McLaren has 21 laps on those hard compound tires, so isn't much of a fight here. So TB gets himself at least 1 point into P10. Could be grab P9 at the end of this race. He could, and Aston Martin
He absolutely will.
awful exit as he runs hard on that curve into the corner. TB's ahead, clearly ahead of the Aston, and moves himself back onto the racing line. And we go onto the last corner here. Will the Aston fight it? Will he have the grip to stay within?
Far too
Going backwards here.
trying to get
She's crazy. Going to start looking as the McLaren will always have the DRS behind.
And so, yeah, I mean, it's tough for TB. I think him starting on the hard tires put him in a really difficult position because of that safety car. He means he wasn't able to pit really under it.
Yeah.
And so he was forced not to take advantage of the safety car, and as a result, he's kind of back where he started. But at least he is in the points, so that's good. I don't know how much. He has a few laps now to try to catch up to the guys ahead of him.
He has 6 laps to go. Beeson Ryan has caught up about about 6-7 tenths now to the Williams, but the Williams again running away with it on the straight, maybe less downforce than the Mercedes.
Meanwhile, we've got Koenigsegg inside the DRS of the Ferrari of MX Testarossa to try to move here, which is impressive because those are two cars that are not very equally matched in terms of performance. He's doing quite a good job here, making his way through the field.
McLaren, is he going to go for it? Both have the DRS training. The McLaren goes for it. Inside turn 1, compromises his line. Compromises his line. Tycho goes through. Could he go through? No. This is for P10, the last points position. Tycho has the better advantage going here. Ooh. That's on the curb, on the Ascent, so he's struggling a bit for grip there. He's got 16 laps on those hard compound tires against the medium of Tycho, who has 7.
Big lift from Tycho, I think. Really broke his momentum on him, but he's got no DRS on him. He's got a yellow flag.
Both have no DRS left.
Oh, yellow flags, the Ferrari MX Testarossa. He's spun around. He's round. He's round at the end, the beginning of sector 3.
He's waiting for everyone to pass.
They were close.
Yeah.
There's no wing damage on that.
But now his teammate is there on the background, so going a bit backwards as the Ferrari goes through now.
A little bit of contact, and neither of them have DRS left, but
very close back.
It was looking fairly promising for him. It was looking promising for the Ferraris at the beginning of this race, but fell apart fairly quickly. It's pretty realistic to real life.
Fearsome Ryan has caught up and passed the Williams. There goes the podium. Unfortunate really for the Williams. I did think Williams could do it. Massive pace, especially against the top 3 cars.
If he can stay in
I think he should have it almost clear.
It's going to be tough.
Kurt and Zig have the same lap on that hard compound tire.
We'll see if Zig can catch up in the tall order to
he'll probably have to catch up
3.6 second gap in 4 laps.
1.1 second per lap if he wants to catch up and actually pass. Not bad race from the Alfa Romeo either. Don't blink. Very decent, fast-paced driver. P7. As TB is actually catching up with the 1.4 gap deficit.
So let's look at the position changes here. We can see who's done
both Ferraris have gained. Ooh. Flav is going for a very fast lap here. He has got the fastest sector 1 so far. Expected to as well.
Look at Slav, because we haven't looked at him at all this race.
Yeah,
kind of on his own.
He just had a very lonely race after the first start. He just run away with it really. And even though penalties will not matter the result of the day, he's going to get faster. He already has the fastest lap by about very close with Michael on those mediums. And another very respectful
by the Red Bull. He's had a very quiet day, except for the first few laps where he
I think he had a bit of issues there. I think Tycho really benefited from the start, but had a few issues.
Don't blink. He is up into 7th.
Don't blink.
And he is now
not having.
He's now going. He's going up. I don't think he's going to catch that AlphaTauri. This looks like about where TB is going to finish his race. Although if he gets within 3 seconds, then he will get the AlphaTauri.
Yeah. I think it's been a very good race for TB, to be honest. P14 making up a bunch of positions on that safety car for P3, but then a sluggish safety car restart for TB kind of held him off.
I think he did everything that he has.
Positions here. I think he could have finished within the top 5 if it wasn't for that squabbling straight at the start where the gap started to form. I think TB could have really challenged more ahead.
I tend to agree. Who would you choose as your driver of the day? You had to. So far, I mean, we approach the final lap.
We do have a few people here who deserve some credit, but I think TB at the moment really of making the most overtakes and having to come back from almost last. I think very respectable, like very good from him. Slav, him, pole position and just his pace has been brilliant. And after the restart, he's really just gone on to another league of his own. It's absolutely impressive. A bit disappointed with the Ferraris. I think they had more pace to offer, but unfortunate events, especially for Taiko. I think he could have been challenging for that podium, but that incident was very unfortunate.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I think if I was to choose any driver today, it would be TB. I think that he's had he's kept his nose fairly clean, and he's just put his head down and made the best of the situation. But that being said, looking at our race leader now, who has dominated the entire weekend. Here he goes, crossing the line now. First place.
The winner of Australia.
First round of the realistic.
And 26
series.
points.
26 points for him as the Red Bull complete the 1-2 on a weekend where they were, by and large, the best cars
actually,
here.
the top 3 finished as the qualifying went. Slav and the other second doing a lockout on the podium, and then Pierce and Ryan just slots in time for that 3rd place ahead of the Williams. Very respectable pace as well from the Williams, I have to say. The Williams, with that performance, getting P4 is pretty impressive.
Yeah, Kurt once again showing a testament to just how fast he really is, and crossing the line now. The final car is going to be coming through. He's going through the last sector, but your race leader, race winner, Slav, completes it. You know what? I must mention Koenigsegg as well, because he has kind of had a quiet race, but he was making his way.
Yeah, he had a very quiet race. He had a few battles here and there.
But yeah, he did make quite a number of overtakes, and he made his way through the field very cleanly. So I think that needs to be commended as well.
Yeah.
But
interesting as well. On lap 1, turn 1, the Alpha Tauri of Europe, he actually had a spin, and he actually came back from last position up to P6, leading the game says straddles the base very respectively, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a good race, but now, let's see, there he is. That man.
Podium celebrations for the Red Bull.
There they are, 1-2 for Red Bull, 3rd place for Mercedes with Pearson Ryan, who got past the Williams of Kurt, who tried his best to get that Williams on the podium, but nonetheless, after all of that, it seems that by and large, the results of qualifying are the top 3. That's where we finished. So it took a very interesting route to get that, right? So that's where they are.
Yeah.
And those are your race results. You've got Slav, 2 Red Bulls in P1 and 2. Ryan 3rd, Kurt 4th, 5th place for Koenigsegg in the Alpine. And again, fantastic race for him. Ouroboros AlphaTauri up to P6 after starting 8th. And TB, again, great race for him, up to 7th from 14th on the grid with a number of misfortunes. Don't blink as well, up into the P8 after starting 10th. It's a great race for him. Tycho Path and Testarossa and the Ferraris had a bit of a nightmare race. Everything went wrong for them.
Yeah.
And for the most part, nothing. None of it was really their fault. GSR Riles, and outside of the points, we got the McLaren, Finn, both McLarens, I should say. Finn and the Aston Martin, Icy Rocks and the Haas, and the two non-finishers. Savage Hemi and Happy Hours. There we are.
Matt actually got a very unfortunate race here. Remembering he had that issue. Started to lose the tyres and just caught up in a few spins. And just went downhill from there, which was not ideal for his race.
But
he was definitely in the contention for the midfield of the points.
So I will get our top 3 into the
interview sections,
so we can give him a little bit of an interview. Some Kurt, or not Kurt. Whoops, I didn't mean to invite him, but you know what? We'll invite him anyway.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, that's you. Oh, because they're all leaving. That's why it's not working. There you go. Fearsome Ryan. There gamer card. There we go. Okay, we got Fearsome Ryan. Where is hello? Don't forget to include your audio. Shrees. There we go. Looks like we've got them all in here. Slav, Fearsome, and we need Shrees. There we go. Perfect.
Yep, everyone's in here.
Okay. Wonderful. All right. Everyone's audio is included.
Yeah.
Should be.
Should be. Hopefully,
Beautiful.
Should be.
Beautiful. Okay. I guess we'll start with the race leader, as we did yesterday. Slav, can you hear me? Are you there? Beautiful. Well, that was a pretty dominant performance by you, and kind of a quiet race, other than the first 5 laps. I don't know. How did you? What were your thoughts on that race? Wonderful. Yeah. And speaking of the start, I recall that you were caught up in a few battles there. Was there anything that worried you after the start? Were you ever worried about contact with any other drivers, or any drivers in particular trying to get past? Right. Yeah, wonderful. And I guess as a final question, for at least from me, yes, you actually beat your time in qualifying from the Equal Series by a few tenths. Were you expecting that? Do you think the Red Bull had better pace, or do you think you just put a better lap together? Yes. Wonderful, awesome. Did you have any questions for him, Dustin?
Just one question. Now, moving on from this first round, what are you going to be looking at overall for the season, and who's your main rival from now? Who you expecting to beat?
Yeah, great drivers from you, though, man.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. So yeah, and so second place was your teammate, which now tell me how to pronounce your gamer tag correctly, because
Yeah, make it nice and easy. It's just schmooze.
it's just schmooze.
Schmooze.
All right.
Yeah.
Schmooze. Right. So yeah, talk us through your race. How did it go?
Obviously after the restart, I was a little disappointed because I felt that I had got a good start and was in second place and maintained it, but obviously same thing happened, so I was happy about that. Was happy to not get stuck behind Matt B Racing actually on this time around, and made sure to defend a little bit harder this time, so he didn't get in front. I didn't get stuck behind him on the start because they started on softs obviously, and took that risk, so I knew I had to stay ahead. And after that, it was as simple as just kind of me and Slav kind of seeing what lap times we could put together until I spun it after having a nice little
Right.
battle with him.
Yeah.
And, pipping him through, like, I think it was the end of Sector 1 or whatever. And then after that, it was just kind of maintain my pace, don't make any mistakes, and wait for easy overtaking opportunities, don't force anything so I don't have another spin. And I looked up, and then it was P2. And also great racing from Kurt. I don't think he's here. No, he might be, but for the fucking Williams, that was
Sorry,
great.
sorry to cut you off. Is your audio being included right now in the party?
Yeah.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
I will ignore them. TB saying that he can't hear you. Okay, so, but yeah, that's great. And I was going to ask you as well about that spin, because your race was not as smooth sailing as your teammates, but you still ended up in P2. Did you have any? Were you worried at that point about making it back up? Or were you confident that you would be able to put it back together?
Well, honestly, I didn't really think about that. I try to stay focused on like what's happening right now instead of what's going to happen later on, because, like I said earlier, you kind of look up and then you end up where you end up. So I knew when the safety car came out, though. I thought about it a little bit, and I was like, well, that probably helps a little bit. So I guess after that, I wasn't really too worried.
Yeah, awesome. Did you have any questions for him, Justin?
After that spin, did you just think about putting your head down and just chase the gap up? Because remembering I think it was Tycho that spun and had a few issues, and then you were up on the lead. How was fighting back from that, losing a bit of time, and then Ryan having his spin just after you? How was fighting back for you?
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of right. Like I don't really at this point have to even say like keep my head down because I've spun so much, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just a habit of mine to just get back on the racetrack, and I think what helps me actually do that is I just check my tire temperatures and I just kind of focus on how much I need to kind of let off, and through that it's automatically I'm just focused back like on each turn by turn, and then the rest of like, oh, am I gonna be able to come back or not, kind of just goes away, and then that kind of works well for me usually.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, man, and congratulations on the podium on P2 and the 1-2 for the team. All right, and I guess moving into third is our Mercedes driver, Fearsome Ryan.
Yep.
I assume your audio is included.
Yes.
Because you're all.
I hope so.
You're quite experienced in this realm, I imagine.
Yes, it is.
Perfect. How was your race?
To be honest, I think it was a case of damage limitation. I think I've probably extracted the max I could have got. The Red Bulls had too much pace today. I thought I'd be a bit quicker in the race, if I'm honest. I think the race pace was lacking. Maximised qualifying, but yeah, the race pace just wasn't quite there. Obviously running quite nice. I think I was in P3 at the time with Kurt just behind me, and then yeah, had my spin unfortunately, which is uncharacteristic for me, but it happens.
Yeah.
And then, fortunately enough, I did get lucky in the fact that the safety car came out just afterwards, so it sort of minimised the impact.
Right.
And then, yeah, had to overtake both the Shrews and Tycho as well. Had a little bit of contact at the penultimate corner. I think someone tapped my rear and I had a bit of a half spin. And I think that caused problems for Tycho. But after that, it was just trying to basically just get a consistent pace. I think I was running fourth. To be honest, I was settling for the position. I knew I was catching Kurt, but I had the penalty. But luckily enough, I think Kurt ran into some issues, and that enables the opportunity to get the podium, which I'm happy about. I think it's the best we could have done today.
Yeah, perfect. And I meant to ask you about that incident. From your perspective, was it? Did you think that you broke a little early? Did you think that maybe Shmiz kind of broke too late, or did you get any damage
I
from
don't.
that?
No, luckily enough, I didn't get any damage. I don't think I broke early, but maybe I should have taken into consideration. I mean, I don't know what was going on behind me in terms of whether Tycho and Shmooze were level into the corner, so maybe I should have braked a little bit later, just anticipating they were trying to outbrake each other. But no, I used my normal braking point and then, yeah, got the contact at the rear of the car, went into a half spin. Obviously, the Shrews managed to get by, but yeah, I think it left Tycho a little bit in damage. But at the end of the day, it's close racing. I'm not going to throw a fissy bit about it. It didn't really affect my race, so
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, Destin, do you have anything for him?
Well, finish up P3 in the podium. Unfortunate for your teammate, finish a bit lower down, poor
yes.
qualifying, but gaining a few positions after pitting. But overall, how are you gonna try and move as a team forward and go beat the Red Bull really as your main competitors here?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately for TB, I think he had quite a lot of issues today. So what we saw of him today wasn't his true pace. I believe that he would have been up and around sort of near me in terms of finishing position. So hopefully, if we get them issues sorted out, we'll be up there. But yeah, I mean, if we're going to look towards the title, yeah, then Red Bulls are really, really quick. I think it's just got to be a case of what Mercedes are doing in real life this season and just maximising every single possible opportunity, because we've seen the Red Bulls making some mistakes today, so it is possible that we can get ahead of them. It's just trying to make sure we don't make mistakes ourselves. I think we've just got to have that consistency. I don't think we'll beat them at an outright pace, not yet anyway. So, but yeah, I think that's where we're going to go for it.
Very good.
Awesome. Congrats on the podium.
Nice.
Yes, thank you.
All right, and Destin, I can let you kind of lead this interview here, but we got Kurt in the Williams. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yes. Hey.
Yes.
What's going on?
Honourable
Congratulations.
mention of driver of the day in
Yeah.
the Williams. A very good start, P4. Believe it could have been a podium here, but how happy are you about such a high position on the race result here?
Somewhat, because I think P3 was looking very possible, but I mean overall I really should be around 5th or 6th every race if nothing dramatic happens ahead. So I guess it's not too bad. I guess I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I meant to ask, so were you expecting to be able to fight for the podium, or was it just a matter of I'm just going to keep my nose clean and see where I end up?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because on pure pace I'm like 5th or 6th, so there's not really a chance of a podium unless people spin or crash or do something like that. So I was in second at once, and I was thinking, yeah, maybe I can keep the track position, but reality check kicked in. Yeah, they were gaining quite quickly. So
You did manage to keep in with the Mercedes of Ryan. You actually managed on the first in. You were doing very well, keeping within the DRS. Looked very promising that you would always get points here from the get-go.
Yeah, I was definitely expecting points for sure, but I really I had no idea where I was going to be because I don't really know how fast some of these guys are and how slow the Williams is compared to the other cars. So
Yeah.
I'm overall pleased with fifth or fourth, I
Yeah.
would say. So.
Is based on, I guess, what you have discovered about how the Williams drives today, is there any tracks in particular you're looking forward to that you think you might have a solid chance for a really, really good result?
I don't. I think the Williams is just not great all around. So I think more of the drivers' tracks is I don't know, like
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia maybe where you have to get close to the walls and stuff. That might
Yeah.
be pretty good. But the Williams doesn't really feel that bad. It's just when you cross the line to your time and you're like 2 seconds
Yeah.
off that. Yeah, so that's nice.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I can definitely
Yeah.
relate to that. Yeah.
Vouch for
So,
that.
yeah. Yeah, but congrats
Yeah.
on the fourth
Thanks.
place. That's incredible. A great drive
Yeah.
in that Williams.
Thanks.
All right, I believe that wraps it up.
Yes.
Thanks, guys, for joining us, and thanks for everybody that was watching, and I'm sure everyone that will watch in the league that's interested to see their race. But yeah, appreciate it, and you can join us next weekend. We got Bahrain for both equal and realistic series. Equal on Saturday, realistic on Sunday, 3 p.m. EST. And yeah, we hope to see you there. See some more action, see some more some more spinning, as is always
Very
fun.
close races.
Yes.
Yeah, and yeah, thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you later.
Goodbye.